So let's now go and look at the database live with the interface. I'm just now going to share my browser with you, and we will be able to go through the Cecil paper search and retrieval interface. So here you have the home page of the Cecil paper, and you will first see some, a bit of background information about the database, and you will also have different features, the search feature, the browse feature, we will see in details later. And to the right, I will start with this information resources. The information resources gives you background about the Cecil paper. About the Cecil paper's link here, we'll have information very similar to the one I have just described in my PowerPoint presentation. The second link is about the history of this collection, how it's been maintained over the centuries, and all the way from the start to the 21st century, and how they came to be scanned by ProQuest. Clicking back on the home, the information resources, there's also some information which anyone who is not necessarily familiar with searching all documents will find very useful tips. How to read an old document. Obviously, this is quite really show how maybe you might want to read an old document. You don't necessarily want to read it letter by letter, but phonetically, in order to get the meaning of what is written. Reading it aloud also helps, and as you are all aware, spelling and words have changed over the centuries. You also have, some things about standard phrases, transcribing a spelling, etc. And you also will find in this information resources tab another demo and some links and how to contact ProQuest for more information. So now let's go back to the home page, which is where you will be landing, when you log into the Cecil papers. At the very top, you will see there's a quick search. This quick search feature will appear at the top of every single screen, as its name shows. It's sort of just something that you might want to do, just to quickly search on a word, on a couple of words. This basically will search all of the database, all of the fields. It will not be, specific. So if you want to do something more specific, you will need to go to the search feature. This is what I'm going to do. I am not going to go into a quick search because I want to go in more details about the features and functionalities of the Cecil papers. So the search screen sort of gives me access to a various number of fields that I can search on. On the left-hand side, you will see the field names. The keyword is similar to the quick search that I showed a second ago. It will also search every single field within the database, and it will search the title, which you can also search on its own, a place of origin, or a standardized place of origin. The difference between those two is that a place of origin, it is as the name that is actually written in the document, and I will show you an example later, as opposed to a standardized place of origin where we will put the place name as it is now known today. And you also have, document series, the language, the archive number, the calendar reference and calendar reference pages, which will, take you to records that might have been cited in sort of bibliographies. You might have those numbers or those calendar volumes, and you might want to retrieve the information pretty quickly. On some of the fields on the right-hand side, you will notice that there's a select from a list, and if I click on select from a list for languages, this is basically going to give me the indices of all the various languages that you will find in the Cecil papers. You check on the left-hand side the language that you want to search, documents will be in, and then add them to your search. Obviously, most of the documents will be in English, but you can see there are some, in Dutch, French, Latin, Portuguese, etc. So by clicking on those three languages on the left, I click on select, and as you will notice, it has actually, populated my search box, and I can now search documents that are in those three languages. Further down, you can also see, the type of content that there is in the Cecil papers. So there are, accounts, bill, deeds, legal documents, letters, maps, pedigrees, and petitions. And if you want to limit to one or more of them, you can then just deselect them. They're all selected by default, as you saw. And then I said, if I want to see maps only, or family trees, I can select that one. Now the field below says limit documents containing cipher maps or pedigrees. This would mean that the documents would contain some of those, but the whole documents might not be just a map. So a legal document, for example, might contain a map, and you might want to retrieve it. So those would be useful. But if you want to search just a map on its own, you will need to look at the content type. Below, you will find a list of, a way how to limit by dates. So you don't have to populate the day, the month, or the year. You can then, just do type in a date, and then, to retrieve, all documents during a specific era. You can sort your documents when retrieved by relevance, oldest first, or most recent records first. And then you can display the say how many records you want to display, whether it's 20 or 50. So let's go back to the top. I'm just going to click on search to clear my screen, and then let's start by doing a quick search. So to follow on the examples I gave you in my PowerPoint presentation, I want to find documents from the Duke of Anjou, and when he was in Antwerp. So I am just going to type those couple of keywords. I just want all document types. I can also limiting to letters, but at this stage I'm just going to click on search. You will see now I'm on search results. I've got my search screen, search terms, title, place of origin, how many records, and they are sorted by relevance. Below, I have the records that can go and we'll go and see more clearly, and a thumbnail of the image. Each and every single document has a durable URL. This basically is a bookmark that I can then, copy and paste in courseworks, just bookmark for my own, so I can come back directly to that record if I want to at a later stage. Obviously, you will need to be authenticated in order to access the document itself. We're now going to go and view a full record, and through the full record, we'll see the document image as well as the PDF. So let's see a complete record itself. So we've got the title, so the Duke of Anjou to the Queen, place of origin, the standardized place as well, the date, the reckon is May 20th, 1582. So those are the archival numbers. You see this is a letter that was written in French, etc. And as I mentioned also during my presentation, some documents will have summaries or transcript. Well, this is a document in French, and then we have, a summary. So this document has partly been, translated from a French, summarizing it into English. I'm now going to go and see, the document image. And the document image is sort of a flash viewer that appears in front of me. I can see all of the images. We scan cover to cover. We scan all pages, even if they are blank, because there may be some notes that were added to them. So we will also be scanning them. I can navigate from one image to the other. And I can, sort of enlarge the document. If you want to be able to see more of the image, you can click on Open to a larger flash viewer, and this will take more of the real estate of your screen, and then you will be able to view more, pan it, and look at it more closely. I'm just going to close the window to go back. And then go back to my full record.